I challenged a professional photographer to a wildlife photography battle, and the winner gets ownership of this channel.
Whoa, that was not the arrangement. I invited a beginner photographer onto the channel today, and we're going to be doing a wildlife photography battle. For this wildlife photography battle, I'm going to be using the Canon 250D and the Canon 75 to 300mm lens. Zach here is going to be using the Nikon 5100 and the Tamron 70 to 300mm lens. That means we have the same focal lengths and cameras of very similar quality. As an experienced photographer, I'm going to be using manual settings on my camera. However, Zach here is going to be using intelligent auto on his camera, so there'll be a slight difference there, but we'll see if being experienced actually means you can take better photos. So as you can see, we are on a farm. We're going to go to 3 different locations and have 10 minutes to take as many photos as we can. Then we will go back home, look at the images straight out of the camera. There's not going to be any editing of these photos. They're going to be straight out of the camera, and we're going to see who did better. So without further ado, I'm going to move you guys further up the path so you can see what we're doing, and let's get on with that time lapse. And so as I mentioned, we're on a farm and there's a lot of cows. I think we both got a lot of good cow photos. However, it is wildlife photography. Now cows, we're accepting cows because they're a nice easy subject. They kind of make a backbone to this competition, but hopefully we're going to see some more wildlife. Now we've done about 5 minutes of the 10 minutes, so I'm now going to flip the camera around because there's a few bushes which could have some wildlife on the other side, and we're going to do the other 5 minutes in this location. Okay, so we have another 5 minutes to get some more photos. So let's go. It's quite cold, but let's hope we'll survive. Okay, so this time I wasn't actually that successful. I think I got like 1 photo of a pigeon, but I'm not even going to use it in the competition. What about you? How did you find the photos?
For me, I thought they were good. I got a couple of good ones. I got a nice little bird up there and some cows, and so, you know, I'm confident. I think I'm going to take you on pretty well.
Yeah, well, you keep thinking that, and we're going to move to the next location. So it's been 10 minutes here. We're going to take a little wander, and we will see you when we're in the next location. Okay, so we're on the side of a busy road. We haven't reached the next location yet. That's about 10 minutes down the road. But in this field behind me, there is a buzzard. And then in this field over here, there were 2 roe deer. So we got some photos. We're not sure how good they are. And I am really missing my Sigma 150 to 600 because that has double the zoom of this, and we could have got some awesome photos. But we're going to use with what we got, and we both got some photos. So we're going to show you those photos now. Okay, so we've now arrived at our second location. However, there isn't that much wildlife here, and we decided we're going to change it up a little bit. Just like we stopped for the buzzard and the deer, we're going to keep walking because we're more likely to find wildlife that way. And so we're going to keep walking, and if we find something, we're going to stop, take the photos, and we will show you the photos.
Down merrily on high. Oh wait, that's copyrighted.
Yeah,
can't be doing that.
Okay, so just across the canal over here, there was a pheasant sitting on the fence. Now, we both got some photos. Now, I believe Zach is still taking photos of a moorhen that is on the bank of the river, so you can see them if they're decent photos. But there was a pheasant on the fence. Zach spotted it, not me, but we both got some photos of it, and here they are. And we just saw a robin on the side of the path, but I don't think either of us got any good photos. As I say, I'm using the Canon 75 to 300mm lens, which is a good lens for beginner photographers. However, it's not the sharpest, and there's quite a lot of chromatic aberration, which you can see in these images. Now, I've done lots of videos on this lens. You guys seem to love watching this lens, but as you may know, it's not the best, and I'm used to the Sigma 150 to 600, so that's my excuse for any bad images.
Oh, I'm sorry. I use a better lens. So...
Well, you know, it's what I'm used to. And so walking down a path, and we found some chaffinches. They were in a little ditch and there was some water. There was about 3 of them at first, but then 2 of them flew away, so it was just 1. But we both got some photos, and so here they are. So Zach is just taking some photos of a blackbird, but it's a very overcast day today. I'm not sure if you can see, it's quite dull. So quite a few of my images are dark. Now I'm very cautious of noise, and so normally in post-processing, I'd brighten it up. I'm slightly worried that lots of my photos are going to be dark, and we're not doing any post-processing, so that may have ruined a few of my photos. Zach, however, is using intelligent auto, so the camera will do it for him, and so he has a slight advantage on that front.
I'm definitely going to win.
I'm actually getting nervous, but at this point it's me versus your camera, because that's doing all the work for you.
I am pointing it very well, thank you very much.
Yes, you're doing a good job, you're doing a good job. So, we're going to try and take a few more photos. We're almost back at the farm, and that is where we started the loop, and I think that's where we will call it a day and go home, and he is going to take some more photos of some blackbirds. And so yeah, we'll call it a day when we get to the farm. We'll go back home, we'll get all of our photos up on the laptop. I'm slightly scared of that part, and then we will see who is the better photographer, me as well, I'm not really a professional, but as an experienced photographer, or Zach as an amateur beginner photographer, or his camera, depending on how we're going to go with that one. But yeah, we'll give Zach the credit for his camera.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, we'll see you at the farm. Okay, it's literally been a second since I said I'll see you at the farm, and there's a robin who's just on this holly behind me. I've taken some photos, Zach is still taking photos, and it was literally hopping right next to us. Now, I don't know if you can see it in the background while I'm talking, but just down on the grass, literally at the edge of the road, it's like 1 meter, 2 meters away, he was going around, hopping. He didn't seem to mind that we were here, so we got some good photos. Now, the autofocus on this lens isn't as fast as my Sigma one. Again, it's another excuse, but it does have quite a slow autofocus, so it was quite hard to track the robin when it was really close. But I feel like Zach is getting a load of photos, and I need to start taking some, or he definitely will win.
Yes,
do we still have it?
Go.
Oh, come on, as soon as I'm going to take photos, he flies away. Okay, well, this time we probably will see you at the farm, but no promises, because who knows? A swan might just come and walk up to us. Yeah. And we are now back at the farm. So I think we both got some pretty good photos. Now we are going to pack up here, warm up because I'm absolutely frozen, and we're going to go back home and look at the photos on a laptop to decide who is the better photographer. If it is me, like and subscribe, please.
If it's me, like and subscribe as well, because it'll be my channel soon.
That was never agreed. That was never agreed. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut out that whole agreement. If I win, I'll just cut out this whole agreement. It was never an agreement, by the way. And we're now back at home, so we're going to look at some of the photos. We're going to start off with one of my photos. This was of a cow. Now, when I was taking the photos, it was just a portrait of the cow, but the cow must have yawned or done something with its face, which means its ears are all tucked back, which is quite a cute photo. It is quite overexposed. I would darken it down quite a lot in editing, but I quite like that photo. We've got a nice background there. Yeah, you have anything to say?
I think it's lovely. It's really sharp, it's really focused, and it's really cute.
Yeah, it kind of brings out an emotion in the cow. It's not just a face photo.
Yeah.
So now we're going to move on to Zach's photo. Which photo have you chosen to move on to, Zach?
I chose the robin.
Yes, here we have a robin. He's sitting on some holly. Anything in particular you like about this photo?
I really like the clarity. It's super sharp, and you can see the robin really well, but then the background's like blurry, and it just looks really nice.
Yeah, we've got some really nice bokeh in the background, the kind of rings of blur. So we've got quite a bright background, but the flash lights up the front of the bird. It's like in the snowy kind of photos where the light is all reflected around the animal, so it's just got very good lighting in general. So, I mean, the only thing with this one is we do have the reflection of the flash in the eye of the bird, which comes with using flashes on top of the cameras. But if we were going to process it, then we could get rid of that. So yeah, that's not a deal breaker.
Nice.
It's like we're buying a house now. Okay, so the final one is my one of a buzzard. So it's not the best photo. There's lots of twigs and the like sticking in and around the animal, kind of getting in the way. But we do have a very nice photo with the buzzard itself. Pretty sharp. Obviously, the lens I was using, it's quite difficult to get that pin, like sharp focus on an animal which is in amongst the bushes. And if I had time, probably would have used manual focus to make it perfect. But the buzzard flew away, and in that kind of pressured scenario, it's a pretty good photo, and it's just a very nice brown, warm photo.
Looks really nice. I like all the like the twigs and stuff, and it's a cool bird as well.
It is, yeah. No, it's definitely a very cool thing to find. So, I think we've kind of come to the end, and I think we're both very biased. We both want ourselves to win. I mean, we know, but ultimately, it's down to you guys. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to let you guys vote in the comments who you thought won. Go just say Zach, Toby, or tell us why. Tell us why you think one or the other of us won. And without further ado,
make sure you like and subscribe to TAW Photography.
Definitely do that. And we will see you in the next one.